I'm happy to be joined today on Primetime Local News by Brad C. Anderson. Brad is an author, and we're going to chat about his latest release upcoming December 17th, I guess it is. Brad, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Well, let's talk about Ashby's Song. It's the name of the book. Again, as I said, coming out December 17th. Tell me a little bit about the plot without giving too much away.
Yeah, all right. So Ashme's Song is, so the main character, her name is Ashme, and she is really, she's torn because she lives in a world that's been sort of conquered and oppressed for generations, and she's torn between wanting to join the resistance and try to fight for her people versus looking after her family. She has a special needs brother that needs constant attention, and so she's sort of pulled in these two directions. She wants to go out and fight for her people, but she also feels this obligation to look after her brother, and hijinks ensue.
How did you get the inspiration to write this book, Brad? Is it something you've been thinking about for a while, or how do you bring all these characters together and decide, how you're going to make this all work into a story?
That's a great question. And so the seed of the idea for this actually was planted way back in like 2015 with the Syrian refugee crisis, of all things. And the thing that kind of really stuck in my head was sort of around that time, there were certain political pundits that were like looking at the streams of refugees coming in, and they're like pointing at all the young men, and they were like, oh, those young men, like, what are they doing in these, coming to our countries as refugees? They should be staying in their own country and, fighting for their country, right? And I remember like listening to that and kind of thinking, like, I think part of the problem is that there's like far too many people willing to fight, die, and kill for their country in Syria right now at that point in time. And it kind of got me thinking about the nature of heroism. Like, is a hero somebody who leaves their family and fights for their country, or is a hero somebody when war breaks out, somebody who grabs their family and runs, right? Like what is the right heroic thing to do? And that's kind of where I got that was the seed of the idea that I built Ashme's Song around, sort of exploring that theme.
We were having a bit of a conversation before we started the interview, and I was talking about how I give credit to authors because there's just so much work that goes into writing this and making sure the characters are developed and, you intertwine them properly. And so how much research did you do, Brad, to get this book to come together? Because I think maybe people don't quite appreciate how much work goes into something like this.
Yeah. As I got the idea in 2015, and it's getting published in 2024. So that's how much work goes into it. I did a lot of There's a lot of things that kind of come together in the early stages of writing a book. I did a lot of research. I looked at a lot of 20th century history. 20th, like most of world history, but like 20th century history has a lot of examples of conflicts, of groups being oppressed by other groups, and those types of conflicts are all over the world, and the 20th century still to this day. So I did a lot of research into that. I tried to find a lot of research written by the voices of the people who were like living in those countries, who were living under those conditions, just as in a lot of different contexts, try to get, flavor, feel, examples of how these dynamics play out. So yeah, a lot of research into that just to kind of get that feel. And then, in terms of the world building, for me, that's one of the fun parts of science fiction. I love world building. Just sort of imagining the way that the worlds could be. I sort of have this like little collection of thoughts and notes and stuff like that, which have character ideas and plot ideas and world ideas and stuff like that. And then usually when I sit down to write, like I kind of have a theme that I want to explore. And then as I have this theme that I want to explore, all of a sudden it's like, well, like those characters that I kind of imagined way back when, maybe those would be good characters to explore this theme. And this like little dynamic or world idea might also kind of help build and help me build this theme. When you're world building, like you don't just world build for fun, for the sake of it. Like you wanna build a world and build characters that will allow you to explore the theme. For me, at least, the theme you want to explore.
Right.
It starts with this theme that I want to explore, and then you start figuring out what are the characters I need to make this theme come to life. What's the world that I need to really make this theme come to life? And that's kind of the focus point of that. I could talk about that for hours if you want to hear about it, but yeah, that's kind of that's the start. So that theme that I want to explore, look at research around it to inform myself about that theme, pick characters that help me explore it, pick dynamics in the world like power struggles, institutions that, again, that kind of help me explore that theme, and then start to bring it all together in a cohesive way. That's the fun part.
Well, it sounds like it's a very exciting subject in this book, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And again, it's coming out the 17th of December. So if people are looking to purchase this, what is the best way to find it? And also, if they want to find out more about you, where can they get that info?
You betcha. Probably both at the same place. BradAnderson.com. No, BradAnderson2000.com. I'm the 2000th one.
Okay.
So yeah, www.bradanderson2000.com. That's my main website. It has links to all my books there, and then also has links to all my socials there as well. So you can kind of figure out if you go there, you can find probably everything that you want about the books, about me, and so on.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And again, we're looking forward to the release of this book. It is December 17th, Ashby's Song. Thank you for joining me, Brad. And I wish you happy holidays as well.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you.